Okay. The following conversation is the next episode for our Peak Off 2025 Pinoy Comics Creators Podcast series, featuring the husband and wife team Aria and Faye Chelabian, heading one of the major players in the local comics industry, Kawangis. Visit their booth at the Philippine International Comics Festival 2025, happening in July the 5th and the 6th at SM Megatrade Hall 2. It will feature local and international comics creators and their latest releases. So make sure to not miss out on it. Okay? In this episode, Arya and Faye share their experiences as comics creators and comics publishers in the local scene. And I am thrilled to learn about their strategy of working with the government to help distribute comics to school libraries all over the country, emphasizing comics root as a learning material, reaching to the children, preteens market, and homeschoolers. We share the insights, observations, critiques, and our aspirations to comics and the Filipino creative industry as a whole. Check out their books, Maharlikan Chronicles, Mai, Incognito, Zona Zero, and others at, again, Peak of 2025. And check out the link in the descriptions to see their whole catalog. Okay, and of course, don't forget to subscribe to this channel for more artist podcast and conversations with other great guests. You can also join our membership to watch new episodes in advance. Okay, and now here is TPKP 177 Kawangis, Arya and Faye Chelabian. Comics in every school library. Welcome to the Powerful Comics Man podcast. This is Gerald Dorado. Okay, so this episode is part of the what's my title again? Peak of 2025 Pinoy Comics Creators Podcast Series. Napakahaba ng title ng series na to, and I am excited to bring in another guest straight from Cavite. And eto, kasama, yung palang Peak Off 2025 will happen on July. July 5 and 6 at the SM Megatrade Hall. So see you there. I'm gonna be there. I'm gonna be doing the podcast in Mega Mall, and say hi. Makipodcast kayo sa akin. Okay? And now I am very happy to have these guys on the podcast. Kawangis, Arya and Faye. Okay, so Arya and Faye, uh, yon, please introduce yourself first.
Yeah, thank you so much, Gerald.
Mm.
My name is Arya Chelabian. I'm the general manager and co-founder of Kawangis.
Ako po
Mhm.
si Faye Villanueva Chalabian,
Mm.
Content and
Okay.
Operations and
Yeah. Okay, so ano kayo, no? Ah, tawag dito. So you guys are are you publishers? Your 'di ba yung Kawangis is may meron kayong catalog eh. I'm
Yeah.
looking at your catalog here. What exactly is Kawangis? And actually I just want to say na ang angas nung pangalan na Kawangis, 'di ba?
Thank you.
Astig eh, 'di ba? Kawangis. It's a great name. So what is Kawangis?
Yeah, Kawangis started out as an indie group, indie publisher. It's just my titles, tsaka yung mga titles ni Faye, and then eventually we were able to grow the group into a publishing house na talaga. That's why you can see our catalog in our website. We already have started carrying other titles. We have produced various kinds of titles from alternate mythology na pwedeng pang kids. We have alternate history, yung Spanish Revolution era na steampunk, and then we started catering then to historical content. So we have Maharlikan Chronicles, which is one of the things that we are featuring today.
Mhm.
Kasi we are launching sa Pickoff the issue number 4 of Maharlikan Chronicles. We have a sample copy here. Yay! There.
Yun.
So it's coming out in Pickoff. It's a historical comics. It's not fiction. It's actually based on Philippine history visualized. So we have
Ah,
unang
so
katauhan, all of that.
so it's not fictional, kumbaga historical comics
Yeah.
to.
For yung
Ah, okay.
i-release namin, yeah, we
Mm.
have a mix of fiction and non-fiction. I think
Mm.
if I'm not mistaken, we are so far the one of the very few publisher that produces non-fiction graphic novel.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So that is one of the parang specialties ng
Yes.
Kawangis, would you say?
Yes.
And you also publish other artist works, no?
we distribute
We
the
distribute. We help them
others.
distribute their work. Like for example,
Ah.
you've seen
Eh,
Lakanin Makisig. That's an
oo.
indie published uh, comic book by Gius Des. So
Oo.
we are also helping him out distribute it. So kasi our primary audience for Kawangis are usually mga students and teachers, mga ganyan, that are looking for alternative and more engaging materials as a learning resource.
I
Kaya
see.
yun yung mga
Hmm.
kinikerry namin. Most of our content are actually doubles as an educational material as well.
I see. Wow, that's a great yeah,
Yan yung Maharlika Chronicles.
that's awesome. That's awesome. Why did you baka actually ang dami ko ng tanong isa-isa. Kasi
Chain
ano
reaction
eh.
na.
Oo nga eh. Medyo ano kasi it's I've always heard about Kawangis and unfortunately hindi ako masyadong nagpe-pay attention sa I just see the people pero I don't really look into everyone, 'di ba?
Mhm.
And I had I had a guest here from Pulsar tapos
Mhm.
'di ba? And they have always mentioned you guys,
Talaga.
Kawangis.
Oh, thank you.
Oo. So ano ito pala yung yung mga ginagawa niyo. But first question siguro would be you guys are also comic book artists and writers,
Yes.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So
First,
amo
comic creators. Secondly, publisher.
okay, 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 okay. So yung mga works nyo of course are also included
Yes.
in your catalog, no? Okay, okay. Okay, mas alam ko na. Okay. So uh ano how many books have you made
Present.
so far?
Made.
Well, yung Si Arya made Mai series. So, meron na siyang 10 chapters.
Wow.
So, 10 individual books yun actually.
Ah.
Tapos, yung book 1 to 8,
Meron ng
may
omnibus.
omnibus compilation na siya. Kasi it's the first arc. So,
Hmm.
and then ako, I made Incognito series. It's a series also. So, I stopped in chapter 13. Individual books din siya. Compiled na
Mhm.
for yung chapter 1 to 10 into an omnibus. Then it has
Oh.
a prequel, Zona Zero. It's a standalone graphic novel. Ayun. Other than that, we have ano din card games.
Ah,
Mm.
yeah, I see. I saw it dito sa catalog nyo, may mga card games ka, may mga games. Okay. So, when did you start creating comics?
2015.
2015?
Yeah, we started. Mai was our quote-unquote firstborn.
Oo.
We published that last 2015. That's why this year we're celebrating the 10th year anniversary of Mai. So that's the first, and yun yung pinakang trailblazer namin. It has generated a lot of attention, and actually yun yung naging isa sa mga parang ano man tawag doon? Parang breakout.
Ah, okay.
Pimple. The joke.
Break up people.
Pimple title
Acne.
siya. Kasi when we made Mai, actually personally, when I wrote Mai, my intention is nalulungkot ako sa situation ng current generation of kids during that time na they have more knowledge about Norse mythology, Greek mythology, Japanese mythology, Korean mythology, and they have zero idea what Filipino mythology is about.
Oo nga, no?
So, that's why when I create, kasi I mean, you pick up a random kid in wherever you meet them and ask them, kilala mo ba si Malakas at si Maganda? Hindi nila kilala.
Mm.
So that's the reason why
Pero si Kurama kilala nila.
si Kurama kilala nila.
Oo, si Thor kilala.
Si Thor kilala nila.
Mm.
So yung mga ganun. So parang may kurot sa akin yun na bakit hindi nyo kilala yung local natin, legends
Mhm.
natin, lore natin. So that's why what I did is I repackaged our Filipino folklores and legends into a fantasy adventure, which is much more appealing for that particular age range. Yung mga nasa around 11 to 13 years old. So yun yung attractive for them na topic, na genre. So I converted the lore natin. Kasi normally when you say Filipino folklore, it's always attributed to horror, diba? So that's why I shifted the story a little bit to
Oo nga,
something
no? Oo nga, no?
more
Mm.
adventure. Kasi we Filipinos are into adventure naman talaga eh. And
Mm.
I wanted to hook them up, which was, I would say, a success kasi a lot of the kids that started reading Mai eventually fell in love with our mythologies, our lores, na sila mismo nagsariling research na sila. Ano nga ba yung, saan galing yung ganitong mythology, saan galing, ano pa bang ibang meron dyan? So yun, nagre-research na sila on their own, which is what we are aiming to do in Kawangis, to trigger that curiosity.
Nice. Are you guys also educators?
No.
Teachers ba kayo? Well, dito sa
Actually,
comics, pero
I'm an industrial engineer by profession. Faye is a communications expert. She used to work for a publishing house then before.
Okay.
And ako yun lang, personal intention ko lang is I wanted to reintroduce the local
I see.
lores to the younger generation kasi nga natatabunan na tayo ng culture and lores at saka stories from across the globe, yung sa atin nawawala, nakakalimutan. So that was the initial intention, and then we did not realize na we were penetrating a market na talagang wala. And then doon namin na-discover kasi nabalita namin, homeschooling parents are buying our books. And yun yung ginagamit nila to teach the kids how to read in Filipino kasi karamihan na nag-homeschool Englishero yan eh.
Tapos even other progressive schools, they started buying bulk, tapos reading, supplemental reading.
So supplemental reading siya sa school nila. So it became a springboard material for them to learn not just Filipino language but also to be reintroduced to the Filipino lore and to the Filipino literature. So parang nagiging springboard nga siya for them to read the actual textbooks that we have or other novels that we have. So doon namin nakita na okay, so we should focus on that. And that's why we created more material around that that essence, kumbaga, that core.
Okay, okay. That's great. Oo nga no. Do you plan to parang partner with government? Ano ba 'yan? Mapunta sa maging you know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
kumbaga to partner so that the DepEd maybe can tap you guys for
Actually,
these
it's
books.
already happening, sir.
Wow.
Yeah, we already have purchases from government institutions like National Book Development Board, DepEd, National Library. They buy our books, put them in their libraries so that kids who do not have access to these books can actually read them. Kasi nakita nila yung value nung reading comics is actually engaging. Yung mga tamad magbasa, na-engage sila na mag-start ng reading.
Oo nga no?
Even private schools like Ateneo, LaSalle, Xavier, yung mga libraries nila, they're already getting books from us din. Kasi nga nagiging quote-unquote, parang clickbait siya.
Oo.
When kids learn na, may comics sa library namin, they go to the library, di ba? And then they start reading, and that becomes their gateway to learning more, to reading more. Meron niya isang
Especially
school,
about our culture, no? Yun.
may isang school nga na nagsabi sa amin na yung comics namin, it rarely stays in the shelf.
Wow, really?
As soon as masole, meron na nakaabang na magbaborrow out ng book.
Mm-hmm. They should get more.
They should get more.
They should get more copies, 'di ba? Oo nga no. Kasi that is part of the history of comics naman talaga.
Yes.
As it was used by the government as learning material, 'di ba? Para sa yung medium ng comics is very effective kasi
Exactly.
'di ba? I think I don't know the exact history but I've heard stories na ginamit 'yon to spread Tagalog para for the national language ng Filipino, 'di ba? Para mas madali para magbasa yung mga tao. And why kumbaga parang we can still do it now, the same strategy.
Yes, exactly.
Actually, what we always look at is yung Japan. If you see Japan, we don't have to explain it, diba? So manga is everywhere. So Japan has 99%
literacy rate.
So it's
Oo
proof
nga,
enough
no?
na the manga or comic is effective
Yeah.
to
Yes.
teach people, to engage people to read again.
Yeah.
Yes.
That has also been part of the research that we did when we were studying ano bang impact. Kasi nga, to be honest, I don't know if you guys are aware or even if the viewers are aware. Philippines readership rate is very low. We're currently at 40%.
Yeah.
So that means only 2 out of 5 Filipinos actually read books across the country. So that's a very sad state. And when we also did counter research on other countries, one of the countries that really got our attention is Japan. When we studied them, when we reviewed or when we did a bit of our research on them, nakita namin na they have practically a comic book for all possible topics that you can think of.
Yes, yes.
Believe that they have a comic book on statistics, biochemistry, molecular biology.
Yes.
Any subject meron silang comics niyan. And actually we have some copies.
Yeah. Not only that, meron silang tawag dun sa genre, 'di ba?
Oh.
'Di ba? Yung cooking comic books, cooking manga, may genre yun eh, may tawag. Di ko lang
Sabi ko
alam.
nga, parang yun din yung naging inspiration ko kasi ako I'm a very huge fan of manga, and especially yung mga manga na you get entertained tapos towards at some point na realize mo na teka may natutunan akong bago doon
Oo.
Through manga natuto ako magluto ng curry. Diba? Tapos, naman, through manga, natuto mag-basketball. Diba? Natutunan yung mga dynamics. In theory. Pero at least meron kang idea how to implement that. Through manga, natuto mag-bike. Diba? Mga ganyan.
At hindi nun, manga natuto mag-bike, no?
Diba? Kasi parang doon ko na-realize na actually it's a very powerful tool. And you just have to make sure na the content is not just purely entertaining, but there is actual material na you can learn from. So yun yung naging ano namin, yung naging yung naging focal point namin for doing what we're doing.
Ah. And also another sad thing, naalala ko lang bigla, no, was there was a recent news
Mm-hmm.
saying that the Philippines is basically functionally illiterate when it comes to reading,
Yes.
'di ba? Which is 'di ba,
Undeniable.
it's devastating news,
Yes.
'di ba? And I think comics might be the key, 'di ba? Might be a crucial key to fix that problem, 'di ba?
Exactly. I think it's
So,
not that it might be the key. I think it is the key.
oo nga eh, 'di ba?
Gateway siya eh.
Kasi yung functionally illiterate, it's not that they can't read. It's that
Okay.
hindi nila hirap silang i-process yung nabasa nila,
Yes.
'di
Exactly.
ba? So, oo nga. It's I
Kaya
think
kailangan
it's
talaga i-push natin yung comics.
oo nga no. Ah,
Sipin mo, ikaw din, di ba? I mean, with your background in reading a lot of comics in the past, well, growing up,
mm.
marami ka ding natutunan mga di ba, mga terminologies, mga words na
Mm.
you would not encounter on a regular day, di ba? Pero dahil sa comics, na-encounter mo, anong word to? Tapos napapa-research ka tuloy kung ano yung word na yon, di ba?
Tama,
Paano
tama.
gamitin in real life? Saan galing yung
Mm.
pangalan ng mga characters na to, di ba?
Yes.
Discover ka ngayon na, yung pala ibig sabihin no?
Yes, and well, it was used before and effective naman, 'di ba? So why not use it again? Are there so you mentioned kanina that there are already steps taken in parang partnering with government. So can you talk more about that or
Yeah, I mean, it all started, I think, when we registered ourselves sa National Book Development Board. I think it's really critical, and I think a lot of creators, especially comic creators, and the indie creators, are not aware na you can actually register yourself in the National Book Development Board. And the National Book Development Board, as far as I know, is the only government body that actually cares for the publishing industry in the Philippines, regardless of what genre.
It's a book industry.
Oh, book industry.
So
So,
they help out the individuals and the entities really
yes.
to move forward in the publishing industry.
So whether you're a writer, an artist, an independent published comic creator, you can register yourself with NBDB. And what's the purpose of registering? Hindi siya for the purpose of tracking lang and all that. It allows you access to certain things. So like for
Mhm.
example, yun nga, NBDB kasi puts up public libraries across the country.
Mm-mm.
And sila din mismo yung bumibili ng libro to have it.
Oh.
So, if you're a registered member, ikaw yung priority nila to buy from so that they can put your books. Kumbaga parang, ito yung mga authors at saka mga creators from the Philippines, di ba? So, isi-share nila din across the Filipinos din. Kasi what they're really pushing for is more locally made books for the Filipinos. So, that I think is the most crucial na first step. And yun, from there, they provide avenue kasi like yung Philippine Book Festival na wherein local creators get to meet DepEd scopers. So si DepEd kasi per region ang decision making yan hindi yan centralized. So kung kunyari si Region 1 nagkaroon ng interest sa book mo, sila yung bibili.
Okay. So okay. So individual you can say customers ang kada region.
So you talk to them individually. So yun yung getting that platform to put yourself in front of these people, and that's what we did. We put ourselves in front of these people. We showcased, we presented, and it took us like I think 4 book fairs na ina-attendan namin until finally one of the regions already purchased from us, And then we have an ongoing conversation with another 2 regions on another set of purchases kasi iba-iba rin yung target nila, iba-iba yung mga needs nila. So we provide materials according to their needs. So nagiging ganun yung yung cycle niya. So in a way, it's an avenue for us to also educate them, educate the educators. Comics is a strong supplementary material for your students.
Correct.
Tamad sila magbasa. Kasi I've already tested that personally. I've already tested that with kids na sinabi na nung kids and teenagers na sinabi ng parents nila na ayan, di marunong magbasa yan.
Oo.
Pagka sinabing ganun, sige, kunin kita, testingin kita ha. Tapos bibigyan ko ng comics. Tapos bigyan mo lang ng an hour or 2. Babalik tapos na niya lahat eh. Tapos pag tinanong mo, nagets mo yung kwento nito. Pag pina-reiterate mo sa kanila yung kwento, nakukwento nila. Ibig sabihin, may comprehension.
Oo.
Perfect example of effective tool ang comics. Tapos the next thing you know, curious na sila. So maghahanap ng iba pang pwedeng basahin. So it's really about engaging them back. Kasi kids today are not into reading mostly because there's not a proper material for them. Kasi ang marami sa market, children's book. Ang children's book, a certain age lang yan. Like,
oo nga. Pag medyo, oo nga, di ba? Mga 9 siguro at most.
Children's book kasi parang pang-baby yan eh.
Oo.
Paglagpas ng children's book, wala na.
Oo nga.
Di ba? Ang next mo na, adult na, which is yung mga novel.
Young adult na, oo nga.
No Limit Angere na kaagad. Hindi sila interesado to read those things kaagad. You have to have something in the middle.
True. Mga pre-teens.
Yes.
And if you have, kaya nga marami sa kanila, di ba, mapansin mo, mahilig sila mag-online browsing ng mga manga, ng comics, nagbabasa lang sila via mga scanlations, ganyan. Kasi walang available material locally. Pero now that the comic industry is really growing, di ba, we have a lot of choices. Now the question is bringing it to them, making it available, and making the people realize na merong material na pwede niyong basahin. Di ba?
I see. So going back to to the process, was it difficult? Was it easy in parang applying for
applying for NBB is easy. Yung processing papers with government transaction, yun yung
mahirap. Sakit sa ulo.
Totoo. Saka matagal. Matagal yung process nila.
So what would be the expectations kung if you're gonna do that? What you
if
guys
you're gonna
did?
do that, expect like siguro at best a transaction would be completed within 6 months.
At best.
At best.
Grabe.
And abutin ng year.
So that's for them to order and display your comic books to the libraries.
From mag-letter of parang mag-inquire or mag-letter of intent to request for quotation sa'yo, starting from there, all the way to maging PO, maging actual delivery until payment.
Okay.
So at best, 6 months.
6 months. Wow.
Yeah. So yun, kailangan mahaba yung pasensya mo.
Well, I suppose
well,
I suppose at least there is the program is already there. We just need to kumbaga parang maging mas efficient, 'di ba? Oo nga, no?
Pero ang kagandahan kasi nun is nape-penetrate na ng comics. It's not just us, I believe some of the other comic publishers are also already able to penetrate the DepEd region in different places. So that means we already have a foot in. The industry already has a foot in the DepEd. And it's not exclusive to just 1 or 2 publishers. Everyone has that access as well.
I see. But do they have a screening process? Like let's say, siguro may mga kasi pang bata yan 'di ba? Pang students, high school, 'di ba? Yung mga gory. Mga gano'n siguro hindi pwede. O kaya sexually explicit, mga gano'n. Ano?
Stressing nga nakakapasok eh.
Oo nga no. Oo nga
They
eh.
have a process. Yung normally based on our experience, yung sa yung Philippine Book Festival,
Mm.
meron kasing 1 or 2 day na dedicated for DepEd.
Screen the
Tapos,
materials.
doon na nila ini-screen yung materials. Tapos, meron na silang form na dala. Doon nila nilalagyan ng parang score sheet nila for the book. So, kung maganda yung score nung book, yun yung sasubmit nila for proposal
I
sa
see.
regional offices nila to
For
acquire
approval.
for approval.
So at least they're already reaching out.
Yes,
No?
yes.
Mm.
Oo. Kaya important din yung mga ganong fair to try to join in and be part of that. Kasi malaking help yon. Now, if, for example, you're individual ka, you don't have the manpower to do all of that, you can try to reach out to the other organizations. Diba? Para you can lobby in yourself na pwede ba makiride ganito so that I can also present to them. Kasi more often than not, everyone is welcome everyone is welcoming on that aspect eh.
Oh, and I think kasi at least sa impression ko local publishers, if you go to National Bookstore and other bookstores, parang ang liit lang nung part ng local publishers 'di ba? So
Filipiniana section.
oo, 'di ba? Parang
Nasa
isang shelf
Filipiniana
lang typically, 'di ba? And it's kumbaga, I'm sure there if the government is kumbaga, I mean yung space to accommodate more authors from all sorts of books is still big.
Yes.
'Di ba? It's just a matter of kung pasok ba yan, kung masyadong violent or explicit, 'di ba? Yun na lang siguro ang i-screen nila.
Yes.
So
Yung mga age appropriation. So we have a lot, not just Kawangis. The Philippine comic industry has a lot to offer.
Yes.
And it's really a matter of showcasing it to them, showing it to them that there is a lot of choices. Minsan madalas hindi nila alam na meron palang ganito.
What kind of schools are taking in these your books? Are these mostly public schools or
Actually,
even private?
It's a mix of private and public school. So we already
Even
kailan ba
homeschools.
ako mag-name ng schools? Yeah.
Sige, okay lang siguro, 'di ba?
Yeah, we also already have in Ateneo, La Salle, Xavier, some progressive schools and homeschools.
Homeschoolers. Actually,
Homeschoolers, so like Homeschool Pilipinas,
Aros and Rivers.
Aros and Rivers.
There's a lot. Progressive schools
Homeschool
like
Global.
Mind at Work. Yun. Pero these are not our initiatives. Sila yung nag-invite sa amin and we connect and then we have our books with them. We talk in their schools.
We facilitate talks.
They use our materials as supplementary learning resource.
Cool. Well, this is I'm sure there are artists, comic book creators who are parang hearing this for the first time that this is actually an option. Diba?
Yes.
Kasi
This
this is
was an option before.
talaga?
Yeah, we didn't plan it kasi we just wanted to create something that we will read. And
They just
others
discovered
will
you.
resonate.
Yeah.
Alam mo yun, we were just out there and these schools resonated with what we're doing. So nakita nila yung value and it grew like that
Mm.
And it's a market in itself, 'di ba?
Yes.
'Di ba? It's really a market kasi can you just imagine the amount of people homeschooling their kids, 'di ba? Oo nga. And kasi there's value in the material being Filipino 'di ba? You can just get Harry Potter all the time.
Exactly.
'Di ba? Parang or whatever book na uso ngayon for young adults or kids. And kasi at some point every parent would want to instill our nation's values to their kids, 'di ba? Oo nga. So Comics creators take
Yes.
note. Kasi, and also, pag dumami kasi, lalong sisigla eh. Hopefully,
Exactly.
di ba? So,
Exactly.
parang lalong may engganyo yung yung not just the creators, but also the government na parang, oh, ang
Oo.
dami pala nito, di ba? This is a viable thing.
And the
And,
more we create these kinds of material kasi, we are also, in effect, helping our nation.
mm,
The more we create, di ba, for comic creators, the more we create materials that help educate our fellow people, mas dumadami yung natututo, mas dumadami yung marunong,
yes.
ba? Hindi
I
tayo
like
basta
that.
naloloko.
Oo nga.
So,
Oo nga eh. Kasi, there, I love that you said that. Kasi, one thing that even I missed as I grew up, naging adult ka na, tapos nag-work ka na. It's quite unfortunate that it's just recently na na-realize ko to. Pero we are building the nation. Whatever
Exactly.
whatever output you bring out, 'di ba? That is your contribution to the country. No
Exactly.
matter how kahit let's say Metro Aid ka, yung contribution mo yun eh. Kahit kung teacher ka, kung whatever, artist, comic book artist ka, 'di ba? Comic book creator. That is your contribution, not just by taxes, but you are
Yes.
creating culture, 'di ba?
Exactly.
And parang providing for the next generation. Oo nga, So, yun.
The bigger thing that's happening there, it's not just in this country kasi. Ito, nakakatuwa lang, we believe this is the graciousness ng Bathala. Yan.
Mhm.
Kasi we wanted to write something that's true to our culture, not
Mhm.
knowing that in a global arena, this is actually also needed. Kasi
Oo.
for the longest time, for centuries, Asian stories are not heard, undermined, di ba? Colonialization. And now, nagre-reverse yung
Market
rine-reverse
trend.
natin yung trend na yun. Even the Europeans are looking for Asian stories, Southeast Asian stories.
Oo.
Kasi they've never heard of that before. It's always the Western.
Yes.
So when we step on the global stage, we're actually surprised that there's a need for this, for local stories, for Filipino stories.
Exactly.
And ang daming Filipinos around the globe who are looking for their roots, diba? Stories of their roots. So yun, that's actually what Maharlikan Chronicles is serving.
Mhm.
Yun. And yun, we also have other books na nasa ibang language na.
Oo.
So and it's surprising. Sometimes it's not our doing. It's the doors that the Lord is opening. It's surprising.
Oh,
You just have to be
wow.
authentic with what
Yes.
your message, what you want to do.
I think yun yung key dun eh. You have to be authentic and true to your roots do sa story mo, not pretending to be someone else.
Yung nga, important yun.
Ang ganun eh, na Pinoy ka, you're creating a content na parang targeting the Western audience. So very Western yung yung content. Mas lalo kang lubog kasi
bakit kanila papakinggan?
Oh, bakit kanila papakinggan? Hindi ka naman taga doon, di ba? Parang
Exactly.
yun yung concept
Yeah.
yung idea behind it.
Yeah.
Pero
Well,
na-surprise kami ng international market is yun nga, they're looking for true Asian stories. And
Yeah.
that's where we come in, di ba? Us, as an industry.
Kumbaga parang you're not gonna out Marvel. Diba? It's diba? Kahit anong so kung gagawa sila ng yung kung maghahanap sila ng similar sa Marvel, doon sila kukuha sa
exactly.
nila, sa space nila, 'di ba? So offer what is unique. Exactly. Na ikaw na hindi nila maiisipan doon, 'di ba? Kasi madami ng madami na silang matatap for those kind of content.
Actually, even Marvel is trying to penetrate the Asian market.
Kaya manga na sila.
Nangunguha na sila ng mga stories from Asia and converting it into Marvel setting. Tapos may mga Marvel titles na nakikipag-partner na with Japanese publisher to convert yung Marvel to manga. As in manga pati drawing. So, I mean, the gold rush is in Asia, basically, in the industry. So this is a really good opportunity for us Filipino comic creators to parang join in the ride kasi the industry is growing and it's growing really fast, and the best time to start creating comics, the best time to start producing and publishing is now.
Yes. Oo nga. So optimistic are you or pessimistic so, about the comics industry
As a whole.
As a whole.
Diba? Given that we don't have big companies, that we are nasa indie, yun ang industry natin right now.
Mostly are on the indie. Wala naman tayong parang pinakamalaking comic publisher in the Philippines. I think for me that is actually a good sign. Kasi that means we have an even playing ground for everyone.
It's not monopolized.
It's not monopolized. Kasi if there's one big company, it will monopolize everything and eat up everything, and the competition will be very bad. Maganda yung right now, even yung playing field. So the competition is also even out. And that means we can all have equal footing in the
Oo nga. That's a great way of looking at it, 'di ba? 'Di ba? Oo nga.
And the hard part, the hard part is since the industry is quite in a I would say nasa medyo infant stage pa compared to the other bigger publisher. Challenging for us to as a whole, as a collective, to re-educate the people in the Philippines. The number one, comics is an actual literature. So some people still think that comics is not a literature.
Globally.
It's not a globally. It's not a literary material, so it's not worth reading. So it is a literature. It is worth reading. Hindi yan basta lang dinudel-dudel. May research na ginawa yung author behind that. Pinaghirapan yan. Pinagtrabahuhan yan. More than anything else. So yun yung challenge is re-educating the people that it is an actual literary material. And also re-educating them, the education system that we have, na comics is a viable material for learning them as well. Pa kami sa ganung phase na ini-evangelize pa namin yung mga
evangelize na
comics is an actual workable tool. It's tried and tested. Kayo na lang yung napag-iiwanan. Parang ganun.
Oo nga.
Turo namin.
Correct.
Other than that, actually locally then, especially here in the Manila side of things. Kalaban din natin, admittedly, yung colonial mindset.
Yes.
Whatever foreign material there is, it's always better than our
considered
own.
better.
Oo nga.
So, malaking kalaban yun, admittedly. Pero, laban lang. Kasi parang, if you understand the value of what you're doing, you'll fight for it.
Yeah.
Yes, definitely. But, one thing, teka, parang nagsabay yung dalawang tanong ko. Ito muna siguro, unahin natin before we move on to that, to another topic. It's, how about the reception nung government, nung mga nakausap nyo? Are they, you said kasi na parang most people still don't view comics as a legit literary material, di ba? So, anong mindset nila about comics?
So, let's say, for example, during the book fair, let's say, for example, the book fair, sa 100 na educators and scopers na darating dyan, more often than not, around 10 to 20 lang yung pupunta sa comic section. Most of them would just go past the comic section. They would go to the textbook section. They would go to the children's book section. Mostly yung dalawang yun na pinupuntahan nila. Tapos yung locally published na mga comics at saka yung ibang mga yung parang categorized as non-educational books,
Mm-mm.
mga literary materials, nilalampasan nila yon. So, it's I think when the 20% that are going to the section ng comics, sila yung ine-educate namin about it. Kasi medyo meron na silang acceptance na it's considered a literary material. Although out of that 20 na dumating, may ilan-ilan din dyan na parang they're just there to comply na kailangan dumaan din daw dito eh.
I see.
Kumaga, it's an opportunity for us to educate them.
Yes. So if they don't see it as literary material, how do they see comics?
Ano lang siya, pastime. So kumbaga hindi siya material for learning.
Hindi siya academic at all.
Hindi siya academic kasi yun yung mindset eh. Para naka-program sa kanila na when they come in, it has to be academic. But learning goes beyond academic eh.
Oo nga.
Learning is triggering the person to actually think and put into application all the information na na-input sa kanila. And that's the beauty of comics. Kasi sa comics, you're giving the person a simulation of what things could happen if this is the situation. So in essence, you're already sharing an experience to the reader. So that way, stored information siya na pagka nangyari sa kanya, meron siyang idea on how to navigate kasi na-store na yung information na yun through a simulation, through comics. So yun yung ganong klase, ganon yun namin ini-educate yung mga scopers, yung mga librarians when they pass by our booth. And that's also the reason why we do talks, we do author talks, we do workshops sa mga schools para that way we are teaching the students pero actually we're also teaching the teachers na ito kasi behind bakit ginagawa to.
Oo nga no.
Ito powerful. Yun.
Parang you'd wonder na parang hindi kaya sila nakapagbasa ng comics, di ba? Sometimes. Di ba?
Actually, marami eh. Pupunta yan sa booth. Alam mo, nung bata ako, ganyan, binabasa ko yun, tapos papagalitan ako ng nanay ko, basa ko.
Ganon?
I think nandun yung mindset kasi na because their parents also think comics is not important. They would also think
that it is not
important. Pero
ay, nag-freeze. Nag-freeze kaya. Teka. Hello?
Yan.
Ayan. You're back. So, the parents think comics is not important, you were saying?
Oo.
Oo, kasi parang ito, yun yung memory ng mga nitong mga
na napapagalitan
most
sila.
teachers na napapagalitan sila. Na ano ba, basa ka ng comics, magbasa ka nga ng textbook, ganun. So nagkakaroon ng mindset na
it's less important.
It's less important. Pero,
or not important.
Oo, truth be told, hindi.
Sa bagay, no?
Pero yun nga, parang depende sa anong comics ang binabasa mo. Meron naman, iba-iba naman talaga yan, yung content. So, hindi comics as a whole ang hindi importante, parang ganun.
No. Well, yun yung naging experience nila, no? So, well, pero well, siguro kasi I don't know kung anong age nung mga tao na yun, but kung let's say there was a point kasi in the history of comics during its decline nung mga yung mga early 90s, late 80s na ganyan, parang parang hindi na maganda talaga yung reputation ng comics. So kumbaga naging low value na siya sa mata, kahit sa mga masa 'di ba? Kasi parang na siya, parang ang pambalot ng tinapa, yun na yung nandun na sa level na yun yung reputation ng comics. So I suppose yun yung na-instill dun sa mga tao na yun, no?
At minsan yung sinasabi nila na ay may comics pa pala.
Oo nga, 'di ba?
Comics natin.
Oo nga, no. Tapos they never really I don't know, iba yung experience nila, hindi sila aware, 'di ba? Alam lang nila yung mga anime, I suppose. Oo nga, no.
The irony of it, ang taas ng demand ng comics sa international market, especially Filipino-made comics.
And also, they're in the parang what's the national book development. They should be aware of all kinds of books. Kasi yun yung department mo di ba? Hindi siguro that would be my critique. If you're going to be part of that institution,
But
then
NPDB, they're very supportive.
They're strong.
Yes,
they're very strong advocate of comics kasi nakita nila yung value
Ayun, yun naman
all
pala.
government entities.
Kaya nga sila yung not all government. Kaya nga sila yung sila yung nambabraso kay DepEd na pag pumunta ka ng book fair, punta ka ng comics. Lagi yung sinasabi yun. Doon sila nagka-clash. If anything,
nice.
yung
Talaga?
Ma-educate. Weird, no? Department of Education. Kailangan ma-educate.
Pati CHED. Yung sa CHED, kasama rin yun. May mga nagro-ronda rin.
CHED pa. We haven't tapped kasi medyo mas I think mas tricky i-tap yung CHED kasi puro specialized yung sa college level
Oo.
So when you do produce comics for them, pwede siguro yung mga yung mga young adult to adult comics. If the institution would find value to purchase it and put it in their library.
Yung Rizal nyo siguro, pwede. Sa kanila. Depende. Oo nga, no? Pwede siguro yun. I don't know. It's, but I'm happy to hear that you are creating non-fiction. Kasi it's, kahit ako most of the time, if I think of a story, it's gonna be fictional, diba?
Yeah.
And
easier kasi.
It's easier.
No, it's easier, and kasi it's I also did non-fiction before. Actually, Jose Rizal din. Hindi nga lang natuloy. Hindi ko nasasabihin yung details nun. But may basta. So siya, hindi lang natuloy, and the kind of research needed to create something like that would be talagang talagang pukpukan 'di ba? If you are really committed to making the story accurate, 'di ba? And kumbaga parang hindi mga generic na alam na ng mga tao, kailangan may matutunan ka rin na bago, 'di ba? Yun. So
I think that's primarily the reason why very few ang gumagawa ng non-fiction kasi it requires a huge amount of research.
Huge amount of work.
Huge amount of work as compared to creating a fiction story.
Although meron din namang research sa mga fiction, lalo na kung sci-fi, di ba?
Oo, meron.
At kahit naman let's say medyo historical based yung fiction or but ibang klase pag non-fiction no? Iba talaga. Kasi you have kasi pwede kang sabihin hindi naman ganyan yun that would be the worst thing that somebody can say. This is not accurate, 'di ba? Hindi naman ganyan, hindi naman nangyari 'yan, no. So kailangan mag-ingat.
Fact check.
Kailangan talaga fact check siya. Ayun yung medyo difficult na part doon. Pero totoo yung sinabi mo na even if non-fiction, even if fiction yung work, kailangan pa rin ng heavy amount. Doon mo din makikita yung quality ng story
Oo. Exactly.
Pagka heavy yung foundation ng research na ginawa ng writer, even if that is fiction, ramdam mo yung yung bigat ng nung study na ginawa ng writer kasi nga maganda yung pulido yung pagkakagawa ng story. And mas relatable siya. Kumbaga.
Yes. So how about dealing with comics creators kasi you are diba? Yun nga you distribute them. So what kind of distribution do you do? Can you tell us more about the distribution part of Kawangis?
We make the books available sa mga bookstores.
We help them.
Yeah.
So kayo nakikipag-usap sa
Yes.
At saka dito nga sa mga government entities.
Kami na yung nagre-represent for them para it's not hard for them. sila, isipin na lang nila, mag-create ng content.
Kasi may mga necessary paperworks
Oo.
na hindi pwede i-provide ng individual.
Okay.
Minsan yung ano din, yung issue ng resibo.
Okay. So, how was it so far? Madami namang nag-apply with you guys or
I would say madami.
Nag-apply na ano.
Nagpapa-distribute.
Oo.
Kasi ano din
We curate din we
kinocurate
what
namin.
we distribute.
Oo.
Hindi talaga lahat. So,
Oo.
parang pag ganun, we recommend na punta ka sa ibang publisher kasi mas bagay yung material mo sa
Kasi
kanila.
it should fit the catalog eh.
Oo.
Dahil nga primarily our major audience are educators, teachers, families, di ba? So dapat yung mga content na i-distribute namin at saka i-showcase namin should also fall in that same category. Para that way, madali din on our end to promote the books dun sa customer base na namin. Kasi kumbaga parang dahil familiar na sila sa mga kinikerry namin, it's part of our integrity with them. Dahil kay Kawangis yan, okay yan, sige, na na-filter out na yan.
Oo nga.
So, parang ganun na yung yung relationship namin with them. So when we do feature na, okay, sige nito, try niya po yung ganitong book. Kasi na-review na namin yan eh. So that's within the parameters of our branding din naman. Yun. So that's where we come in. That's how we help. Pero pag kunyari medyo off sync siya sa namin, we recommend na parang sasabihin namin, try mo kay ganito kausapin mo kasi yung branding nila, yung catalog nila, pasok yan. So sila sa kanila ka magpa-help that one. Yun. Para that way, meron din silang idea kanino sila pwedeng lumapit.
Same with the manuscripts kasi mga nagsasubmit na din ng mga stories sa amin.
Oo, for publishing namin.
Of course, we don't always say yes to everyone. Tignan namin kung anong workable for us. Ito bagay doon sa portfolio na binibuild namin. So
yun yung pinipick up namin.
We don't say no. We just, we just say na baka you need to rework pa a little bit the story or mas babagay to sa ibang publishing house.
So i-redirect nyo sa
They have options.
Kasi
Kumbaga,
every publishing house din naman has different focal So yun, priorities.
So kumbaga parang hindi siya bibigyan namin siya ng options na if you really want to have it under Kawangis, ito yung mga kailangan i-rework kasi it has to fit this branding. Ngayon, if not, gusto mo to retain yung original na na concept mo, yung idea mo, it's best na you try to pitch this to this so and so. Kasi mas pasok yan sa kanila. So it's educating them.
How about kasi right now kasi you guys are presenting new ideas on how to sell comics 'di ba? Kasi right now ang main idea is to sell on in the conventions, 'di ba? And sometimes kung may Shopee store ka or Lazada, I suppose that would be number 2, 'di ba? Pero ngayon talagang convention, 'di ba? So how about conventions? How do you treat conventions as a publisher and as Kawangis more specifically?
As in comic conventions or book fair?
Kasi magkaiba yung book fair at saka convention.
Ano pinagkaiba ng book fair at
yung
convention?
Ng comic conventions. Book fairs. Book fairs, that's where you interact with people outside of the comics community.
Okay. So may mga agents doon, ganun.
Hindi lang, it's a bigger market. Kasi kumbaga, when you're in a comic convention, the people that are coming are comics enthusiasts. So, usually it's the same people coming in every convention. May mga konting bago, pero very, very few yung mga bagong dumadating. So these are usually mga collectors na ganyan. So we do join comic conventions kasi we already have a relatively good amount of following base. Ang challenging kasi sa mga convention, every time you join one, dapat may naka-ready kang bago.
Otherwise, meron na sila.
Kasi otherwise, meron na sila whatever you are selling. So lalampasan na lang yung table mo.
Guys, may bago tayo ngayon eh.
Ayun.
Balikan nyo na
No.
kami.
So yun yung challenge. Whether you're a publisher or an individual creator, when you do attend cons, you have to be tactical and strategic about it. Kasi people come in, they are there for two things. One is to discover new titles, or two, to pick up whatever new offering you have. Kasi following na sila sa'yo. So yun yung strategies namin for cons. Book fair naman, kagaya nga nabanggit ni Faye, it's a bigger market. So people who are not into comics are also there. So these are opportunity for you to get new customers, convert them to be comic book lovers, comic book readers, kahit starting with your title.
I see. Oh. So, kasi ang isang bagong nakikita kong movement sa sa comics community is parang people have started creating groups, mga companies, 'di ba? Para yung yun nga, yung Pulsar, yung ayan, Kawangis, yung Kwentun, mga ganyan. And probably more. Di ko lang maalala yung iba, 'di ba? So, although kailan ba nagsimula yung Kawangis mismo?
2015.
2015, no? 'Di ba? Ngayon parang dumadami eh, parang nagkakaroon ng parang magtropa-tropa na tayo, ganyan. So, what can you say about that? What do you think pushed for it? What are your thoughts about it?
I think personally, I think people are starting to learn.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a good thing kasi they're starting to learn na you cannot do this by yourself. So, doing comics is a crazy industry. More often than not, it's more work, less recognition. So, if you are surrounding yourself with like-minded people that has the same value as what you're valuing do sa material mo, the load becomes relatively easier kasi nagtutulungan kayo to lift each other up. It's the same concept as bayanihan. Di ba? Kung ikaw lang mag-isa magbubuhat ng sarili mong bahay, it would be difficult to move it from one place to another. Pero if you collaborate and work with other people, especially if you see na they have the strength in the area na you are weak, then that's how you become good partners eh. So it's really about identifying sino yung mga tao, sino yung mga groups na you resonate with and you share the same value kasi that's what will keep you guys together. Mahirap yung sumali ka lang for the sake of joining dahil ayaw mong napag-iiwanan ka, ayaw mong mag-isa ka. You have to find that group that shares the same value as you are.
Oo nga, no? Hassle yun kung may sasali ka, may member ka na sali lang ng sali.
Diba?
Hindi.
Tapos nawawala din naman.
Oo nga, no? How do you, nagka-problema ba kayo na gano'n? Parang mga...
Hindi pa naman.
Hindi pa naman.
Ano na ba?
Iba kasi, I think, I'm rummaging through my mind kasi, there are, companies and there are collaboratives. So, yung collaboratives, hindi siya one company. It's a collection of different people which we could be part of as artists also. And we help each other up and learn something new from each other. Companies, entirely separate entity.
May structure.
Yeah. Yeah. Pero yun nga, like what Arya said kanina, like hiwalay si Kwentun, Kawangis, Avenida, Comic. But you know what? We talk to each other, we help each other out. We share experiences and alam mas bagay sa'yo to ganyan-ganyan. So, may bayanihan din nga dun sa loob ng separate corporations. We have separate identities, but we help each other also. And yun, I think because it came about because of difficult experiences also in the past na we want to save entirely the comics industry and make it a safe and flourishing environment for everyone. So even the individuals, we talk to them, baka we can help you with this. Baka gusto mo, of course, definitely it's with the individual kung oo o hindi, di ba? We
Mm.
have other individual artists also, even the other publishing companies. So
Yeah.
yun.
And just to clarify on Kawangis is that we are not a collaborative
Mm.
company. It's a publishing house. It's a publishing
Mm.
structure. Diba?
Mm.
So when we work with artists, we also have a certain level of discipline that everyone
Mm.
should be able to follow.
Mm.
Hindi siya yung everyone has their own decision.
Mm.
Bahala ka sa buhay mo. Hindi.
So
We have
so you
that.
so you have printers? Nagpiprint kayo?
We have printing partners.
Oo.
Yeah.
Okay. So, kumbaga, creators can come to you with their unpublished stories and you can take
We
it
can
from
help
there.
them out to
Oh,
get it into print form. Yun.
I
If they need
see.
assistance in editing their work, they can also ask for that
Mm.
assistance. We have that service that we can provide. Yun. So, kumbaga, if they have the option, if they want to be an independent creator, they have full control over their material. They call all the shots. Ang trabaho lang namin doon is to help them get that product in as many customers as we can. So that's putting them in retail houses, bookstores, straight to the customer by selling it to them. So yun yung tulong namin sa kanila. But if they
How
want,
about editor work? Do
yeah,
you-
we also have that service. So if they want to ask for assistance on editing their work, whether that's developmental editing or standard editing lang or visual editing lang. So may mga ganun kami na we can also provide that depending on the level of what kind of treatment you want to have for the project. May iba nga na na full package. As in, I have a concept, I have a story, I need your help to get it. Ito, like si Maharlikan Chronicles.
Oo.
Parang from concept to comic book. So yun, we help that on that production then as well. Tapos, yun. And we make it, what we do is we offer services na, what we call it, modular. Means, kung ano lang yung kailangan mo na service, yun lang yung bibigay namin. Kasi the rest, if you can do it by yourself, you can do it better, then much better. You do it para mas makatipid ka on that one.
Wow.
Hindi necessarily kailangan Kawangis yung nakalagay sa publishing house niya. Pwedeng independent pa rin siya. So, yun, may mga ganon. Pero may mga iba din na, especially pagka yung kami nag-initiate na, we have this idea, we have this concept, we need this kind of title. Can you do it? Yun. So, kami magsa-sponsor ng lahat ng yun. From start to finish.
Yaman, sponsor.
Yaman, yan.
Grabe.
So, we plan everything from start to finish.
But of course you still screen yung mga yung mga gusto magpa-publish sa inyo.
Yung sa mga gusto magpa-publish, we screen those that will be published under the name of Kawangis.
Okay.
Pero
So
independent independent creator siya, hindi naman heavy yung screening namin kasi ultimately wala naman yung Kawangis doon sa
I see. So not every book you publish or you print would automatically mean Kawangis publication siya.
Yes.
I get. So kung independent ka talaga, they can just parang parang use
Reach out
your
for help.
'di ba? For help. Oo nga, tama. Awesome. So, 'yun. Kung may sa mga kailangan ng printer, and I suppose you can also they can call you up siguro to yung talagang zero idea on what to do. Can they
would
call you
love
up
that.
too?
Chat na lang kami. Yun yung mga bagay na gusto namin kasi meron din kaming podcast sa sa YouTube where Faye and I talk about the tips and tricks behind publishing, especially for comics, and what are the things that are critical for creators to learn and what do they need to know more about the industry so that they can be better equipped when you create your content. Hindi siya suntok sa buwan, but rather intentional siya with what you're doing.
Okay.
So, gusto namin mga ganyan tanong.
Oo nga, no? So, yun. Actually problema 'yan ng mga ano. Kahit ako may mga tanong din ako when if I'm gonna create if I'm gonna publish my own books, 'di ba? And eto, how about as a publisher and actually more on as a publisher and as a creator and a comic book Pinoy comic book community staples. How do you see the quality of Pinoy comics that are available now, and what can you say about it, and if there are any other things that you wish could happen, mga ganun.
I think sa visually marami. I haven't read a lot really. I haven't read also to judge as a whole. Hindi ko ma-judge yan as a whole, pero the way I see it, when all the comics, local comics are there, ang gaganda, aesthetically beautiful, I think globally competitive.
Especially the story.
Yeah, and there are really may mga nababasa na talaga kami na wow, ang ganda ng story compared to them. Although there are some din na hindi mo naman kasi pwedeng sabihin lahat yun. There are some din na ay ang ganda maganda yung
Concept.
either maganda yung story tapos hindi ganun ka-compelling yung illustration, or ang ganda ng illustration pero yung story hindi mo maintindihan. Sabi ko ay walang so I'm wearing the editor hat. Sayang ang ganda ng material pero sana may editor to refine the product or the book kasi ang ganda sana. Ang ganda rin ng concept. Yung mga ganun. Yung mga nakikita kong ganun eh. So it's important to actually have someone to look. But as a whole, palaban tayo eh. Lalo yung mga very artistic tayo mga Filipino. Hindi lang magaling sa karaoke pero artistic din talaga.
Okay, it's about time.
I can see that. Even the younger ones, na-amaze ako sa sa mga ginagawa ng even mga interns namin. Ganito ko yan, 20. Ang ganda na gawa mo, grabe. So nakakamangha kasi there's a lot of potential talaga. So ang gandang sana mabigyan din ng guidance para everyone will flourish na talagang compelling yung mga ipoproduce nila na books. Ang ganda. Galing daming potential.
How do you see the Pinoy comics industry in the next 10 years? You think?
Ako, I'm very optimistic. So in the next 10 years, I'm seeing that comics is gonna be a staple in all the libraries in the Philippines. It's gonna be a go-to material.
I think it's a declaration.
It's gonna be a go-to material for people who wants to learn something new about not just the Philippines but life in general. If you want to learn something, you grab a comic book. You'll get something out of it, regardless of where it is. So that, for me, is what I am envisioning for the comic industry in 10 years. Plus, we will be the biggest exporter of stories across the globe.
Yun. Let's do it. And how about parang crossovers to, let's say, TV, movies na mga locally produced, 'di ba? Oo nga eh, 'di ba?
The more we gain traction as an industry, the more we will get the attention of the film producers.
Kasi right now nagle-level up na yung yung TV, mga shows yung I just saw the other day yung tawag dito, yung Encantadia, 'di ba? Yung well, there's still it's still not perfect pero it's way much better than before. And it seems like they're more open to telling stories in a different way this time, 'di ba? Mas open na sila sa mga creative stuff on how to tell a story. And I think it's prime time for they're probably just looking for the right material, 'di ba?
Actually, yan din yung isang bagay na nire-request. Well, binring up ko with the National Book Development Board na baka pwedeng magkaroon ng program naman in partnership with the Philippine Film Council.
Mm-hmm.
Baka pwede mag-partnership yung National Book Development Board and Philippine Film Council na magkaroon ng presentation of graphic novels to film producers. Merong session, kumbaga, para they would be able to have an idea ano yung mga stories na meron na ngayon. Diba? Ano yung mga pwede nilang pagpilian. Para mas tumaas yung chance na ma-convert. Diba?
Oo. Kasi it's about time na we create new ones, 'di ba? Na parang hindi na lang laging Darna. Nothing wrong with that, pero it's alam mo 'yon, parang you were about to say, Faye, what you were about to say?
I was avoiding to say that, pero you mentioned it. They're also looking for material nga, 'di ba? Kasi hindi naman yung animators at saka yung filmmakers, hindi sila laging may story to tell.
Oo nga.
So some of them need a story already, tapos they will execute it in motion. So we have that. So sabi namin baka pwedeng parang speed date yung dalawang entities. Kasi if you're looking for materials, wag ka na mag-syndicate from another country or from an old, pwede naman old material, pero nga parang baka pwede naman wag naman Darna. May iba naman. Kasi ang dami ibang material dito that is waiting to be discovered by those who are not reading. Pero of course, that's a different industry. So, we're hoping na magkaroon ng ganong collaboration.
And also with the animation industry, they've been around for a long time. Yung comics kasi medyo ngayon lang 'di ba? Recent talaga yung yung comics. I suppose decades ago it was a different scenario, but right now re-emerging yung comics industry and it has a new face, 'di ba? So maaring hindi lang talaga din alam nung mga nasa animation, although madami naman sa kanila nagko-comics din 'di ba? Sa animation, pero and kasi meron mga friends sa animation industry. Hirap na hirap talaga sila na makahanap ng local IP. Hirap na hirap talaga sila. Naalala ko nga meron. Kaya nga hirap na hirap talaga sila. Kasi magkakilala naman sila Mga comics rin yung mga yun mga comics nerd din yung mga yon. So sa talaga, kasi naalala ko may isang animation festival na ang magsasubmit ka ng pitch for an animated series or movie, ganyan. And nakalagay dun sa yung mananalo ide-develop yung nanalong idea na pitch to a show, 'di ba? Tapos pero nakalagay doon parang the organizers something like this, hindi not verbatim, pero parang the organizers reserve the right to kumbaga parang pag wala silang nagustuhan na tingin nila okay, hindi pwede nilang hindi ituloy yung pagde-develop to a show, 'di ba? Kasi tapos wala silang basically long story short, doon sa mga nagsasubmit, they don't think na okay siya na gawin. I don't know if they're not good enough or what. Maybe it's a pitching problem or what. It's so kasi pwedeng ganun kasi may magandang idea, you just don't know how to pitch it.
Yeah.
Or 'di ba? And I don't know, but long story short, yung original IP hirap na hirap talaga sila kasi until now wala 'Di ba? They've been around since the 80s, baka 70s pa. 'Di ba? Although they're thriving from outsource work, but original IP talaga, and it's not like they don't want to. It's just that for some reason hindi lang talaga nila magawa. Ganun. Ewan ko, yun ang maganda siguro sa comics talaga. Siguro kasi sa atin mabilis talagang gumawa ng comics eh. Compared sa animation. I don't know what kind of money
At
they...
saka malaking malaking
Oo.
pera din kasi yung animation
Oo.
for you to be able to
Yes, and also let's say you are an animation studio, tapos gagawa ka ng original, you're gonna have to delegate a significant part of your production team to work on something na igagamble mo, no? So I suppose mo ganun. So the risk parang they're not willing to take until now.
Okay.
Most likely siguro yun ang I don't know. Maybe I should talk to them. or you guys should also talk to them. Kasi maybe hindi lang kayo nagkakaintindihan.
Oh,
di ba?
Oo. Minsan maganda rin magkaroon ng mga ganong conversation kasi Siyempre, for the creators to have an idea what exactly are the challenges.
No.
Para ma-identify kung paano, how can we meet in the middle, and how can
siguro magandang idea siguro mayroong creatives convention naman, no?
Oo.
From comics, from film, TV, animation, kahit podcasting pwede rin eh, 'di ba?
Actually,
pwede rin isama 'yun eh. Vlogging, content creation, I don't know. I-organize natin yan. Creatives Convention.
Pero magandang idea yan. Creatives Convention. Tapos lahat ng field.
Advertising. Actually, kahit talk lang eh. Kahit panel discussion lang, di ba?
Oo.
Kahit panel discussion lang. Tapos may manonood. It will be a live event na, di ba? Tapos series siya, hindi lang siya isang beses kasi minsan kasi ang mangyayari diyan kasi I've attended several similar thing kasi parang I was involved to a government project before and they were tackling the creative industry. What to do and doon ko nakakilala yung mga animation people eh. So ang sinabi nila kasi nung na yon, yung event na yon, parang road mapping pa rin. Tapos sabi, ano ba yan, road mapping pa rin? 'Di ba? And that was already in the 2010s, early 2010s yon. Road mapping pa din. Kumbaga 90s pa lang na road mapping na sila eh. 'Di ba? Tapos hanggang ngayon road mapping pa rin, di pa rin alam yung gagawin. So it was they're also frustrated. And yun. Pero ang nangyayari parang pag isang session lang kasi parang grievances lang yung mga mangyayari. Tapos walang nangyari, 'di ba? Wala, naglabas lang sila ng sama ng loob. So, I suppose
steps, no?
Anyway, so dapat okay, siguro yung first episode, day 1, mga grievances. Tapos, day 2, parang okay. Parang na tayo. Parang magka-calm down na. Diba? And then, let's actually do something. Siguro hanggang day 7, 1 week. Hanggang sa makaabot ng solution. I don't know. Just, let's do it. Kausapin natin sina Paolo, sina mga tao, pati si ABS-CBN, diba? Anyway, so that's an idea. Anyway, so anything else that you want to say or discuss before?
We invite everyone to go to Peacock. We're releasing Maharlikan Chronicles 4. For
nice.
those waiting for that, it's focused on the Tagalog regions, yung early settlers ng Tagalog regions like Laguna and Tondo. Tapos then i-unveil yung barkada ni Orduha. I'm the illustrator. Si Kuya Arthur is Texas-based. Or he actually usually first release lagi ang Maharlikan Chronicles sa
In the
US
US.
kasi it's catering to the Filipino-American community.
Mm.
So
Oh.
because we are the people behind it, the huge chunk behind it, we
get stocks from
get
him
stuff from him para
para
dito rin
ma-distribute din sa
ma-send dito.
Philippines.
So these are these are available pala in the US.
Yes.
How did you get to do that?
He saw me sa Instagram. Kasi Maharlikan Chronicles, if you follow Maharlikan Chronicles sa Instagram, ay
Igorotsky.
yun yung ano.
Bago niya.
Dalawa yung account niya, Igorot Sky and Maharlikan Chronicles. So ang dami niyang postings doon about anything pre-Filipino kasi meron siyang library of anything pre-Filipino. So he shares it with as a means to educate nga the Filipino-American community, and he wanted to make it more visually engaging kasi nga puro text yung nababasa niya. So tapos dun sa mga posts niya, he borrows images over Google ganun. So releasing Maharlikan Chronicles, initially that was during pandemic. He saw me on Facebook, Instagram, and connected with us. So si Arya eventually became the editor for the series. Yun. We released Maharlikan Chronicles yung first daw. Yun. Initially doon sa US kasi nga it's for the Filipino-American community.
Great.
Brought about yung conversation with him to make it also available in the Philippines kasi there is no material like this even in the Philippines. So nag-agree naman siya. So we have it also released here in the Philippines.
How about the other books that you carry in your catalog? Do you also distribute them in outside the country?
Some of them, yes, sa Archipelago in Archipelago Books in US. And we currently have some of our books are already available as ebook then in the US territory under Fantasia. So, if you want to read our books via ebook at taga-US ka, shipping is expensive. So, go to ebook
Fantasia.
Na lang. Pero yun, they can still grab a copy there and read it. Tapos some of our titles have already been picked up, like si Paghahanap Kay Tapat at saka yung Unang Kadaugan. Unang Kadaugan is the story of the Battle of Mactan, based on Pigafetta's diary, but written and illustrated by a Cebuano. So the visual elements are as close to historically accurate based on the Cebuano historians. So that one and Paghahanap Kay Tapat are currently already available in Germany then. It has already been translated in German language then as well.
Awesome. Okay.
Those are some of the things that are happening around across the world.
And if you're here locally, you can buy the books at Fully Book also.
Yun.
Fully Book and some of our regional partners. You can check our website. We're trying to put all of our retailers there as well para you have an idea which one yung closest sa'yo if you want something na immediately on hand na sa book. But if not, everything is always available in Shopee and TikTok.
Awesome. Yun nga just going back a little bit dun sa previous discussion, baka mauna kasi right now there are companies, mga bagong gawa na companies sa comics. One of their targets is to get their books published and possibly picked up by foreign sa Hollywood or what or sa mga ganon or basta ibang country ang parang they're selling their IPs to foreign entities, ganyan. Okay naman yon. So baka maunahan pa ang ABS-CBN at saka GMA na ng mga ng mga foreign companies, no? So, yun. Naisip ko lang. Anyway, so I suppose let's do this conversation again.
Yes.
One of these days, if ever you're coming over dito sa QC, let me know if you have the time. We can do it in the studio.
Yeah.
Okay. So thanks again, and again it's July 5 and 6 at SM Megatrade Hall, Peak of 2025. Look for Kawangis. If you're an artist and yung mga syempre a comic book fan or just comic book curious, Peak of 2025 is the place to be. Okay. So thanks again, Area and Faye.
Thank you so much, Gerald.
Any last words before we leave?
Last wishes.
Ano na?
Any last wishes?
Last wishes. Ano wishes?
Idadrop ko na lang din na bukod sa Maharlikan Chronicles, you will also be seeing other sneak peek of our new materials. We have
We have 2 new titles.
two new titles na ipapakita na. We'll show the primer on Peak of. It's Bulawan. It's about the ancient gold in Butuan. So it's a historical fiction heavily based on the Boxer Codex and the Chinese annals. Tapos yung isa is Maya Malipayon is also, it's fiction naman, pero it's a story of a pre-colonial girl who will be into adoption. It's a kids comic book naman. And then other than that, meron kaming surprise na new material from it's about the Battle of Bataan.
Yes.
Wow.
It's also historical.
It's a collection of books like this, tama ba?
Yeah,
Like this size, parang Maharlikan Chronicles, where it's all about the Battle of Bataan.
Yeah, and all
non-fiction.
Non-fiction stories that revolve around the Battle of Bataan.
Please be there. Yun. Exciting.
Pati yung sizes ng comics nyo malaki, no? Yung
This
mga print.
one, iba-iba.
Yung standard size ng yung
Magazine size? Oh.
Yung magazine
okay.
size. So we have different kinds. Yung mga, meron kami maliliit na book para siyang yung tankobon na mga manga.
Yun. So, yun. Salamat ulit, Area and Faye. I suppose I'll see you again. I'll see you at the con. And
Please visit us.
Yun. So, yun muna.
Thank you so
Thank you so much.
Sige. Salamat. Paalam.